There may be times when you want to have fewer devices around your gaming table. And so perhaps all you want is to have one device which is put aside at the side of the table that is within sight of everyone, and then instead use a little remote control to control the game timer. That way you have fewer screens around the table that comes up with pop-ups and Facebook notifications and other things that distract you from the game, but you can still enjoy having a game timer. So let me show you how it works, and then I'll go into how you can set it up. So I'll long press this button to start the game timer. Now it's Raphael's turn, and we can see that he's the green player very clearly because the whole screen is green. When Raphael is done with his turn, he presses the remote control, and now it's Alex's turn. If you listen carefully, let me raise the volume here. When Alex is done with his turn and he presses the button, then the device speaks the name of the next player. So it's easy to know when the turn changes because you can hear it and you know whose turn it is as well. If you want to go into admin time, all you do is that you long press the button. Admin time. And when you're done with the admin time, you can long press it again to go back. If you need to pause, if you're playing a game where you can pause the game, Thomas pass. Next up, Raphael. 2 presses will pause. Raphael pass. Next up, Alex. What you see on the screen here, less than a minute, is that Alex's turn, this current turn, is less than a minute. And this 35% that is counting up is the percentage of time that Alex has taken of the playing time throughout the entire game, not counting any admin time. If Alex pauses now, round terminated. We go into end of round, and we can see that Raphael is the first player who will start the next round. If we want to change the return order, we have a little button up here that brings up the normal turn order screen. And now if you long press the button to start the next round, it's Alex's turn. So how do you set all of this up, and what is this? Right, so first of all, this is a very cheap little selfie remote control. You can buy them on Amazon for about $5. This one is very special, and it's one of the most common ones that you will see. It has 2 buttons, and it demonstrates something that these remote controls have. Some of them are for Android phones, some of them are for iOS phones, some of them say that it works for all of them. If you can, get hold of this one, because only the small Android button actually works. The top button increases the volume, and that will work on Windows computers, but not Android devices. And I'm not sure how it works on iOS devices. There is a way you can work around it on Android devices using an application called Tasker. If you're curious about that, go onto the website, go in under remote controls, and I'll talk more about it there. But I will leave that for now. So how do you set it up? So it's all hidden under this little menu here in 3 different places. First of all, the voice setup is what we're using to call out the names of the players instead of just the normal your turn or beep whenever you go to the next. So if you want a voice synthesizer to speak out, you can use the voice synthesizer here. The presentation mode, all this does is that it goes into this view here. And you can use this view even without the remote controls. The buttons here, resume turn, works the same. Game pause. So it's just an alternative way to look at the screen that fills the whole thing up. You may want to use it, but you can use it independently of the remote control. So if I just use the remote control now to press and turn, it works on the screen as well. So how do you activate the remote control? Well, it's simple. In the menu, you have a little checkbox here, remote control, or remote button. If I unpress that, then this one stops working. The media remote is a similar one for controlling the screen, but it uses, it basically turns the game timer into a music device. So if you hook up, say, a Bluetooth headset to this, then you can use the play pause button to go into admin time. You can use the skip track button to go to the next person, and the skip track backwards to pass. So you could have a Bluetooth headset hanging around your neck and control the game timer using that. It would also work with a It would also work on a Android smartwatch. If you can control your music using a particular device, then you can use this. One option is to use something like this, which is a little media device remote control. You can also find these on Amazon for pretty cheap. Note that you don't want to get one that has an audio out. If it has an audio out, it's going to take all of the sound coming out of the device and route it through here. So you might want to avoid that. So just get one that only has the control, but no music playing ability. All right, that was it. If you want to know more about how any of this works, go in under this link here, remote control. And here we'll talk about how you can use the remote controls, the presentation mode, and the speech synthesis. All right, and with that, I hope you enjoy the game timer and this new alternative way to control it.